The other day, I invited some friends who aren't Nigerians over for lunch. Since I had bragged about Nigerian jollof for such a long time, I decided to make it for them. The reputation of the entire country was resting on my shoulder. I was determined to make sure the bragging right for having the best jollof rice is maintained. I paired this with some turkey wings because turkey is the goat and we only live once. Let's talk about how I made this delicious goodness. We do not start building the flavor of the rice while cooking the jollof itself. We start when we are cooking our protein. Whatever protein you have, the most important thing is that it is properly spiced and seasoned. To achieve this, I add onions, rosemary, some thyme, curry, and bay leaves. Bay leaves make a lot of positive difference in jollof rice. For seasoning, I'll be using this brand. There are 2 cubes in one, and I'll be using 3 cubes. That is 1.5. And here is my seasoning cubes all crushed. Then we'll be adding some salt. So ginger and garlic add a beautiful layer of flavor when used to cook the stock for your jollof. I have made jollof with and without adding ginger and garlic while boiling my protein, and the difference is clear. In summary, use your fresh ginger and garlic, guys. Then we mix to make sure every spice, herbs, and seasoning properly combines with the turkey. And then we're going to cover this without adding any fluid to cook for about 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. Now I'm going to add some water. Letting the turkey cook for a few minutes before adding water helps the spices and herbs properly seep into the turkey and enriches its flavor. With jollof rice, the most important thing is the base. The secret to having a delicious and flavorful base lies in the proportion of the bell peppers versus the tomatoes. I have tried different proportions and different combinations. I find that the best base is achieved when the quantity of the red bell pepper is more than the tomatoes. This is the quantity of the tomatoes I'll be using, and I'll be using about 5 large red bell peppers. We'll also be using this quantity of onions for this recipe. I like red onions because it has a lot of flavor, which is crucial in jollof rice. I'll also be using this quantity of ginger and garlic. I'll leave the exact measurement in the description box. I'll chop up my bell peppers into smaller pieces. I'll be transferring them together with my ginger and garlic into the blender to blend. I like to deseed my bell peppers because I don't like the texture of the seed in my food, and it can also turn out bitter, so we don't want that in our food as well. To help the blender blend this smoothly, I'll be adding a little water to it. While still on that, we're going to take a look and see what's going on with our meat. Our meat is ready now. I'm just going to mix this one last time to ensure the spices are evenly distributed. I'm using a tongue because I don't want to use a spoon and then scatter the meat in the stock. I just want everything still whole when I fry it in the air fryer. So now I think everything is evenly spiced. So I'm going to be transferring the meat into the air fryer. But feel free to fry yours in oil or grill in an oven, however you like your protein. So now we have stock. As you can see, the stock already looks rich and well flavored. This is great for our jollof. This is exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to be air frying my turkey for about 30 minutes. And this is our stock. It looks perfect. If you're not comfortable having the bay leaves in your food, you can totally take them out once you're done cooking. But I like to leave mine in because it continues to improve the flavor of the food, even days and weeks after the food has been made. So due to health reasons, I don't eat hot peppers. So if you like hot peppers, you can add Scotch bonnet while blending this. To achieve that authentic smoky flavor in your jollof, you need a stainless steel pot. Non-stick pots don't work for this. So a stainless steel pot will allow your rice burn and give you that flavor that is unique to Nigerian jollof. I will be going in with these onions once the oil has heated up. I'll reserve some of the onions for use towards the end of the cooking. Adding extra onions towards the end of the cooking adds a beautiful layer of flavor, so I'm going to reserve it for use at that time. I'll be frying these onions until it is fragrant. Once it is fragrant, I'll be going in with the red bell peppers blended with some gingers and garlic. I prefer frying my bell peppers mixed with fresh gingers and garlic for a few minutes before going in with my tomatoes. While this is frying, I start adding my spices. So I go with my rosemary, my bay leaves, some curry, some mixed spices, and I'll also be adding some thyme. Since I'll be making about 10 quarts pot of rice, I'll be using this quencher seasoning. I'll crush it up and add it to the sauce. Then we go in with our salt. So while making this base, it is important to remember that the stock we'll be using to cook this has also been seasoned and salted. We wouldn't want to over season or salt the food. So we're gonna be stirring the sauce consistently, maybe every 5 minutes to ensure it doesn't burn. Now once we see our oil is floating on top like this, our sauce is ready to receive the tomatoes. That is when we go in with the tomatoes. I prefer using only fresh tomatoes for my jollof because adding paste to it sort of reduces the deliciousness. I mean, it does not reach where it is supposed to reach. So you guys, if you've been using paste to cook yours, try mine and let me know how you feel about it. We have to keep stirring our sauce at least every 5 minutes to make sure it doesn't burn. Okay, our air fryer pinged, so I'm gonna check the turkey. Oh, that looks so delicious. Beautiful golden brown. Now I turned this turkey over after the first 30 minutes so that turkey can fry evenly. Now I'm going to set this aside. We're going to continue with our sauce. After adding the tomatoes, I fried the sauce for about 30 more minutes. Now our sauce is ready. We know it's ready because the oil is floating on top. And if you taste it, it's no longer going to have a sour taste. The next step is to go in with the meat stock. I use water and try to scrape up the rest of the spices and stock in the pot because you may be seeing meat stock, but all I see is money. My money cannot waste. I'll add a little more water to the pot, just so it will be enough to cook our rice. And this is our rice, all washed. We'll be adding the rice to our base now as the base is boiling. Now the consistency of the base is a little lighter than the Nigerian tomato stew. So we're not going for something that is too watery or too runny. It has to be a bit thick so that the ingredients will be properly absorbed by the rice. I'm going to cook on medium heat. After about 35 minutes, this is what we have. We're going to properly combine these to ensure the ingredients are evenly distributed. You can also check for salt or seasoning. If more is needed, this is the opportunity to add that, then give it a thorough mix. At this stage, the rice is usually not as soft as I would prefer, but I don't go in with water. The flavor is better retained by cooking with steam. After mixing the rice with the ingredients thoroughly, I go in with the rest of the onions. Then I cover the pot and set my cooker to cook on high heat. This step is what gives you the authentic Nigerian party jollof flavor. You really have to let it burn. It took about 10 to 15 minutes of cooking this to get that smoke flavor into the rice. Now we properly combine our rice with the onions. And voila! Our authentic Nigerian party jollof is ready. Pro tip, we use a spatula to mix our jollof because we don't want to break the grains and make our rice soggy. And it's generally easier to mix when you have a spatula. Oh, how did it go with my friends? Of course, it was a hit. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please give it a like and leave a comment in the comment section. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.